Hello, and thanks for joining me on this video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to price a membership site, and more specifically, how much you should charge for a subscription website service. Let's go ahead and jump right in. What you first have to do is decide between two major payment models, recurring versus non-recurring. Non-recurring or one-time payment models are really simple. It's a simple transaction without needing to set up any sort of membership interface. All you have to do is just set up a payment page where someone can go ahead and buy your product, and that's it. The con to that, it's only one payment per client, and therefore you want to charge a higher upfront cost, which makes it harder sell for some people. On the other hand, a recurring payment is much more suitable for membership sites purely because of the nature of a membership site. Secondly, you have a lower price point, which makes it easier to get that initial sale because it's less price that somebody has to pay for that first month. And it's also easier for people to pay you more down the line when the payments are broken down into monthly segments. On average, recurring businesses can make 4 times more per customer than one-time payment businesses. So this is a really important aspect to keep in mind as we go through this. Of these two payment models, the obvious winner is recurring payments. Subscription businesses provide continuous value to the client, but they also make it easier for people to afford the services for longer periods of time because the prices are broken down into little segments. Therefore, you really want to go with recurring payments when considering a subscription-based business. Let's dive a little deeper and get more of an understanding of what prices you should actually select. Let's do an income comparison between single payments versus recurring payments. In this example, you have a $120 lifetime access for your course, and you're able to sell 10 memberships, which comes to $1,200. On the other hand, let's say you have a recurring version of the same exact business where you charge $50 per month, and now you can sell 15 courses at a lower price point. The first month you will earn $725. In the second month, 2 people will leave and you make $650. And the third month, 3 more people drop off and now you make $500. The total after 3 months is $1,875, which is a good bit more than your initial income from the first one-time payment setup. As you can see, with a lower price subscription model, your potential earning power is much higher. Keep in mind that this isn't even 100% realistic because in real life you would be adding more clients while a percentage of past clients will drop off, meaning you would make a baseline of $725 a month every consecutive month. So that's really, really powerful to keep in mind. Before we kind of decide exactly what you should price your membership, let's look at the industry averages and understand how are other people pricing their subscription models. So here we have B2C, business to consumer, or selling directly to another person or customer, and then B2B, which is a business selling to another business. So looking at this, we can see that 43% of memberships charge $25 to $49 per month. So the vast majority actually charge $25 to $49 per month. So that's important to keep in mind. 22.78% of memberships charge $15 to $24, and then 21.52% of memberships charge $1 to $14 per month. So on the low end there. On the other hand, business to business charge slightly more at 44.64%, charging $25 to $49 per month, and then 23% of memberships charge $50 to $99 per month. Looking at this, we have a much better understanding of what a reasonable price for a subscription business is. Whether you are B2C or B2B, you have a good understanding of how other subscription services price their content or services, and therefore you can make better decisions on what to price yours. Let's keep moving on. Keeping those industry averages in mind, here are the 5 things you should carefully consider that will help you narrow down on exactly what you should select your price to be for your business. So 1 is the value. What is your offer worth to them, and how big or difficult of a problem are you solving for the client? You know, how much money are they willing to pay for the problem you're solving for them? This is kind of a hard question and is very unique based on every specific business, but understanding how big of a problem you're solving for your client is one of the biggest indicators of how much you're going to be able to charge. Secondly is look at competitor comparisons. So what are your direct competitors pricing? And you can kind of see exactly what their clients are currently paying and what they're willing to pay to give you a better idea of how much you should consider pricing your own service. Third is audience testing. Consider how much money your specific audience or niche has and is willing to spend. So this is a really important aspect to consider. For example, if you're selling a product to an older demographic, they may have more money and be willing to spend more as opposed to selling a very young demographic with very similar products. So think about that when you position your product or service as a subscription service. So let's keep moving. Fourth is your market positioning decision. You have to think about how you want to compete in the industry, although there are competitors or may not be competitors if you're an exclusive niche, but you really want to decide, do you want to be an exclusive top tier option, or do you want to have a lower price point and just reach a lot more people? So it's two different approaches, but you have to decide before figuring out your personal price point. And then lastly is your personal income goals. How much money do you want to earn from this business? If your goal is to make $2,000 a month instead of $5,000, I'm sorry, this is a mistake. Charging 400 members $5 a month equals $2,000. Alternatively, you can charge $20 and only need to acquire 100 members. So these are two different approaches to reaching your income goal, and you can either decide, hey, I want to get 100 members and charge $20, or I want to get 400 members and charge $5. These are two very different approaches, but can lead to similar income based on your income goals. So let's keep moving forward. These are some secondary elements that you need to consider that may be niche specific to what you teach or what your course is or what your business does. So looking at these, let's kind of have a better understanding of what this means. So first is customer retention rates. How long does someone usually need your service? The industry average can vary anywhere from 1 to 2 months for businesses that, are kind of quicker and they turn around faster, and other times 6 to 12 months and even much longer for providing consistent support and services, especially things such as software services where people will stay on for much longer. For example, Spotify and Netflix, things that people use consistently, those subscription services last much, much longer. And secondly is price point testing. Launch your subscription already. One of the best ways to find out what your ideal pricing is by testing the market. You can always adapt and change your product and price. Maybe you can get more total clients at $20 per month, but you can still make more income at $39 a month with fewer total users. This is a really important distinction that really you can only find out by testing different price points. In our personal experience, this is what we've seen. At the end of the day, you want your business to be able to pay for your operating expenses of the business while also having a price point that your members would be willing to pay. You have to make sure that this is an equation that actually works out and that there is a business that fits into this concept where it pays for itself and people are willing to pay that amount. So that's really important to keep in mind. In our personal experience with subscription services, we fluctuated our prices from $19 a month to $23 a month and finally settled at $49 a month. This price point ended up giving us the highest total income over the long run. Although we did have fewer clients, we were able to charge them more and they were more dedicated and were willing to pay the higher price point. And they actually found that the higher price point made it seem like we were providing even more value when really it was the same exact thing that we were selling at those various different price points. So it's really important to work on that pricing point and test it over time to see, what the best number is ultimately going to be for you. What your goal should ultimately be is to find the magical price point where member retention is steady. You know exactly how many people will leave on average every month, how many people will join your subscription on average every month, and where the addition of new members along with the retained members outpaces the percentage of drop-offs or people who leave. This is really like the key to subscription businesses. Once you figure this out, once you get all of these numbers down, you'll know that, hey, this is my baseline monthly income. And then from there, you can really just grow. Just like this little picture here, you have a stable baseline. And then every month you add a small percentage. Let's say you lose about 10 people, but then you have an average of 30 more people join your group. And that, cancels out to 20 people increase per month. And then whatever those people pay you, that amount of income will continue to be added on and grown month after month after month, which is one of the many benefits of subscription-based businesses and why it's such a powerful model. So in summary, we recommend a price point between $19 to $59 per month. This is most likely what you're going to be pricing your membership in this price range. You don't really want to go too much lower than 19 because your earning power is sort of limited. And then you don't want to go much above 59 because in our experience, the majority of companies that price much higher than that don't tend to retain customers long enough. And many people would not be willing to pay that amount anyways. So lastly, also test your price. Don't be afraid to change your price a few times. Start cheaper and then work your way up and stop when the increased price no longer makes you more income. That's how you find out your optimal price point, is by starting cheaper and then working it up. So I would just start at 19 and then work it all the way up to 59 and see how that works out for you. If you need any more help on how to price a membership site, click the link below this video for a detailed explanation on pricing strategies and long-term income. It's a very detailed blog on our website. It's going to help you a lot more and give you kind of more case studies and examples of how to make your business a subscription business model, but also understand how much money and income potential you have with this sort of business. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned exactly how much you should price your subscription business. We appreciate you watching. We have more amazing videos coming your way on the subscription business model. This has been Rudy from Profit Per Month. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.